Students always want to know, they always want the golden bullet. They always want to know the answer. You know, what are your secrets? There are no guarantees in this world. You can go to law school. There's no guarantee you're going to get a job where you're going to do really well, whatever the heck that means. There's no guarantees. So you might as well do something that you really, really love. And you really might as well give it a really good chance. And your best chance is you go to a place where you think it's going to be good for you, where you think it's the best place for you. Not the place that necessarily gave you $1,000 more scholarship than the place that, that you think is lousy. And you have to convince your mom and dad of this too. But the place that is the right place for you to be, to learn to do this art as best you can. How can we make a reed stronger? Yeah. Your relationship with the reed has to be far more than putting it together by the numbers. I mean, it's not much different than, remember those old painting by the numbers books that we had when we were kids? I mean, are you making great works of art when you paint by the numbers? No. I mean, there are people who play bassoon great that they sit there, I swear to God, this is true. They sit there and they count how many strokes they take off of that side, and then they take the same number of strokes off there and the same number of strokes off there. I mean, my God. I mean, the thing is made out of cane. Cane is a vegetable, like a turnip or a carrot. Now, Brad, have you ever seen two turnips that were the same?
I thought I did once, but I was dead wrong. This turnips are totally different.
Absolutely. Or, Fei, have you ever seen two pieces of bok choy that were the same?
There's some of that in China. I'm not sure here.
Yeah, probably in China they have similar bok choy. So, and Jen, you know what I mean. I mean, have you ever seen two carrots that were the same? No, I mean, they're not. And so you're dealing with cane here. So you have to learn the nature of the raw material you're dealing with here. It's a little slipped. I'm just gonna round the second wire a little bit more. Let's try it now and see if it's too closed. What's the definition of a good piece of cane? Now that's different than talking about a good reed. Your best reed, think back to that time when you actually made a good reed. Did you have to do a lot of work to it or relatively little work to it? The answer is always uniform. Relatively little work to the reed because it responded to the work and then didn't change back. So that's the definition of a good piece of cane. So being able to discern that only comes with having made a lot of reeds. So with my group of students, I have a rule in my lessons. And that is every single lesson you have to play on a new reed. The reed you have not come into a lesson with before. And that does not mean you make one reed a week. It means you make enough reeds that week that you have one that is of such a quality that you feel you could play your lesson on. Now that doesn't mean that we don't sit down and work on the reed. I mean, I work on reeds in like an unbelievable amount with these students. But the point is, you got to come in with something where I've got at least enough raw material we can have a discussion about it. Oh, it's free. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the usual test for a reed in this state. A good reed is one where it's easy to play, where it's easy for me to express what I want to. I can play loud, I can play soft, I can play. It has a nice even tone amongst the registers. It responds when I want it to. I mean, this is a very important thing because when you play music, one of the hard things about playing music is you have to play on somebody else's time frame. Cannot be early, can't be late. Even the smallest amount, bop, bop, is no good. So what all your equipment and the way you gear your playing is towards your ability to be able to do it on somebody else's time frame. That's the nature of playing in an orchestra, and it's also the nature of playing whenever you're in a collaborative situation. this is very important so you can see the type of personality that really is attracted to playing the bassoon. I've seen dweebier sweatshirts than this. But this one's really right there. Well, as you see, this is the way my classes run. I just riff.